Hello and good day, everyone. Today, I just wanted to sit down and discuss with everyone the film Parasite, directed by Bong Joon-ho. This film follows the lower working class Kim family and how they slowly invest and take over the service positions available in the Park household. I believe this film is a great film to teach in sociology classes because it teaches a great lesson on wealth inequality and social mobility, aka difference in social classes or class differences. And so one scene that really caught my eye on focusing on wealth inequality in this film is the rain scene. In the rain scene, there is a rainstorm, and the Kims rush home from the Parkses to find their home completely flooded and destroyed, which is a devastating event. I mean, imagine losing your own home and then the next day at work, hearing the Parks talk about the rain. The same tragedy that destroyed your home being discussed in a positive light for making the sky blue and crystal clear. So that's a really good depiction of wealth inequality because this is a scenario that you wouldn't even, consider having social imbalances. The Parks, wealthier family, they didn't have to worry about the rain. They have their shelter. And in fact, their child even went out and played in the rain. However, on the contrary, we have the Kims who, because of the rain, lost their entire home. And, their home was in shambles, everything was flooded, it was a hot wreck. One thing that could have been done better about this film to improve that sociological lesson is I would have loved to see more of the aftermath from the rain scene. The effects the Kims have in the final scene, which I'll dabble on a little bit more later, we do see the house in shambles. However, we don't really see the Kims having to try and fight to fix or really soak in the damages, or try to repair what was broken in the flood. And now focusing on social mobility, another scene that really gets you in the gut is the final scene of the film. After Kim Woo learned his father was living in the basement of the Park's old house, and we see and listen to Ki Woo talking about saving enough money to purchase the house and free his father from the basement. However, that daydream ends in a flash, seeing Ki Woo essentially imprisoned in the remains of the flooded basement by his economic circumstances. Knowing due to social immobility, it is essentially impossible to earn enough money to free his father from the shambles of that home. So he'll have to live every single day knowing that he won't be able to free his father from that house. Which I believe captures social immobility really well, because no matter how hard he works, just because Ki Woo works, just because of his social standing, he will never be able to make enough money to free his father, even though he has the skills for it. And now moving on to the theme of a parasite, which is the title of the film. A parasite is a living thing that leeches off of or uses another living thing. And if you've seen the film, you can tell the title is very interesting when you sit down and try to piece together who or what truly is the parasite. And what's so fascinating to think about it is the film is set up to believe as if the Kims were the parasite, which they are, because, they infiltrated the Parks family, completely annihilating all other employees so they can fill in and fill the job positions. However, the Parks may also be seen or identified as parasites, because although they are upper class, they are still reliant and need the lower working class, aka the Kims, to survive and get by, because they can't make their own food. They can't drive themselves places. They rely on the Kims to do that. And so it's kind of interesting to see how this film, Parasite, shows both sides of the spectrum of, how the lower class and the upper class can both be seen as parasites, which is another reason I think this film is an absolutely great choice for sociological classes, because it just looks at the world from a sociological perspective, or from both sides. Thank you for listening to my presentation.